Let's see, 8:48 is the time. New guidance has been issued suggesting that pupils are given lessons about pornography to teach them that it does not depict the reality of sex and relationships.
The report by 3 leading sexual health groups follows an Ofsted report last year which found that sex education needs to be improved in more than a third of schools.
Let's talk about it now with Joe Hayman from the Association for Personal, Social, Health and Economic Education Professionals. That's a long title, but these are people who carry out these lessons,
exactly,
yes?
Yeah.
And Helen Carroll, who's a nurse at the sexual health charity Brooke. Very good morning to you. Are we good at the moment at giving out information? Is it working well?
I think it's patchy. There are areas that where schools work in partnerships with people like Brooke, and they give good, relevant, consistent advice, but there are areas where this isn't happening.
So like what? What are the areas that are not working?
In what respect?
No, well, you said there are areas where we don't do it very well.
Oh, I meant like
advice.
Geographical areas.
Oh, no,
yeah.
so I thought you meant as in areas of subject matter that we don't handle very well.
I think the challenges for young people today are much different with regards to things like the internet, yes, the problems with peer pressure and bullying, and how the internet and the use of mobile phones really can affect young people in a very negative way. And I think we need to do a lot more work on that area.
Is part of the problem, if you like, that this is non-compulsory, so sometimes schools perhaps don't really know what to do?
It's a real challenge for schools. They're facing a lot of pressures at the moment. There's a lot of pressure on the timetable, and therefore there is also an issue about the training for teachers and the amount of time that they're actually given for this subject. But it's a really important issue. As Helen suggests, children are dealing with a wide range of input, from whether it's from the internet or from mobile phones, images that are being shared between young people. And we think it's really important that trained teachers are given time on the curriculum so that these issues can be covered in a kind of safe space.
Is one of the issues that, to a degree, teachers and head teachers, as they try and judge what they should be talking about, what they shouldn't, that they're dancing around the issue of the sensitivities of what parents think the school should be doing? Because an individual teacher might well have a very clear idea of the real issues that children are facing, images that come to them on their mobile phones. But they might think, in a formal situation in a classroom, there are areas I can't touch.
And that's part of the reason why we've issued this guidance, is to say that we the PSHE Association, Brooke and the Sex Education Forum, stand behind teachers who teach in line with good practice. I think the really important thing about sex education is that it shouldn't, or sex and relationships education, is that it shouldn't be put together in isolation by teachers, but there should be community consultation, governors, parents and so on, so that everyone is sure that the curriculum is right. But the overwhelming majority of parents say that they want good sex and relationships education, not to replace what parents do, but to supplement it.
Helen, how have you seen things change over the years?
Again, I'd reiterate the problem that we do have with the internet and with sexting. We have, young people coming in very distressed. This has happened to them. They're very traumatised, and then all the other influences about body image, peer pressure, it all sort of collates into one problem for them.
And what do you say to them?
When a person comes in, we say, we support them, and we have to make sure that they are safe. We have to make sure, part of our decision is who to get to support us. What additional support do they need? In some cases, they need counselling, they need support. They need support with how to tell their parents. Some young people are very anxious about, we've all been there, what will my mum think? She'll think I'm bad. So it's quite a complex issue when a young person's sat in front of you.
And it's one of those times when, to a degree, playing catch up, aren't you? Because I don't know, if you sit in front of a class of 13-year-olds and ask the question, how many of you have accessed pornography online? Most of them wouldn't say even if they had, would they? And, how do you deal with, you've got a group of people, you don't know who has, who hasn't, and there's a danger if you talk too much about it that you could almost draw people's attention to it. I mean, what do you do about the balance between information being useful and deterring and drawing attention to something?
Well, I For me, it's the other way around, in fact. I think the Office of the Children's Commissioner put out a report last year, and it was entitled basically "Pornography is Everywhere," and that was the title of the report. And there's a sense that pornography is easily available to young people, and I think it's far better that it's addressed in the classroom, in that kind of safe space that I talked about earlier on, than we sort of leave sex education to the pornographers. So I think it's really, really important that actually sex and relationships education is done early, in consultation, of course, with parents and communities. But it's really, really important that a safe space is created and trained professionals are dealing with the issues.
We'll leave it now for now. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
It is 8:53. Today it's known as Dunham Massey Hall, a grand